It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, here we are back for another week of Remember When with Uncle John. Memories that both bless and burn, and we're going to talk about all of them and everything. But talk about burn, John. Looks like you got a little sun, man. You all bleached out.
Well, I'm freshly back from Florida.
You all bronzed up and all that kind of stuff, man.
You can't let everybody know when you're out of town because all these crackheads will be up there at my house trying to dig around in my yard and find that money I got buried.
They better not. Otis will get them.
But yes, sir, man. Me and a very important, very special friend of mine, we went down to Florida. We went to Arcadia.
Little reconnaissance mission.
To see my good friend Bobby Edwards, who recently had knee replacement. And while we were down there, we visited with our former sheriff here, Mr. Robert Earl Garner, and his wife, Debbie.
Hey, look at there.
They're down there. Robert Earl's down there with FEMA doing the cleanup from the storm.
I did not know that.
Yes, he's down there, going to be down there for a few more weeks. And then we went over to Claremont and spent a couple of days with my good friend, Bobby Rife, and his wife, Terry. Bobby's a Camden native, went to school with me at Chittister. He went to Camden High School. His mother was Miss Joy Blankenship that worked at Camden Hospital in the operating room for years and years and years. And Bobby lives in Claremont, and we went and spent a couple of days with him. Then we tooled on over to the beach, got us a little beach time in, come back up the interstate to Don Garlett's Drag Racing Museum there in Ocala.
Nice.
Visited the Drag Racing Museum, come on back up, spent the night at Destin. Got us a little more beach time in, and then through the tunnel back home we came.
Well, you kind of like that Junior Brown song. I've been everywhere,
I've
man.
been everywhere, man. Me and my friend and my little blue Ford Ranger truck, we took Florida by storm, man.
That sounds like a fun time had by all.
Took advantage of that fresh oil change I got from over there at Jim Golden Ford a couple of weeks ago, and that good clean truck I washed. Like to kill myself washing, and to Florida we went. We had some adult beverages. We had some fresh seafood. Now it's weight loss time, get back in shape time. It's springtime, time to mow the grass, trim the trees, and get with it and lose some weight, catch some fish, get ready for springtime in Arkansas, and enjoy it to the fullest.
Absolutely. That sounds like a heck of a day. It sounds like you're going back to work with all that stuff that you just
I ain't going back to work, but I got a plan.
Yeah, I understand.
Everybody's got to have a plan. You got to have a plan.
You got to have a plan.
Got to have a plan. That's what I always say. What's the plan?
You got to plan your work, but then you got to actually work your plan.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Have you ever heard that?
Maybe once.
Well, here we are. We got the early part of the vacation behind us. One of these days I'm going to have me a motorhome. Before too long, before the end of this year, Uncle John's going to go down and travel down Highway 60, old Route 66.
Uh-huh.
Going to go up in Missouri and head out toward. I've never been through the desert. I'm going through the desert.
Oh, look out!
And we're going to enjoy our life and going to enjoy ourselves, do a little traveling. But there's going to always be time for Remember When with Uncle John and Kelly.
No doubt about it. Got to do that and everything.
And I want to say this. I want to give a big shout out to our lead-in, Mr. Price Robinson. Robinson, one of the greatest voices in all of radio.
He does have that voice.
He has that distinct voice, and I'm telling you what, people are always talking to me about Remember When with Uncle John. Everywhere I go, I love this show business deal.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's a weight around your neck when you're
a little bit of a burden.
Yeah, a little bit of a burden. But everybody always says, how they enjoy Price, that lead in, because you never know, some of it might even be true.
There you go.
I would hate to speculate the percentage of that. But want to say a big shout out and a big special thank you to Price and all the radio people here. I've had a great week on vacation, enjoyed it. Now I'm ready to get down and do some business, and we're gonna have a lot more Remember When coming up soon.
Without question, because you know what they say is some real famous guy on TV once said, I love it when a plan comes together.
Absolutely.
I guess we'll see you tomorrow, John.
See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
But we're going to bring our sponsors with us, including Sherwin-Williams House Paint at 315 Jefferson Street right here in Camden, 836-8125.
And we got ProMed Ambulance, 1-800-634-0436. Give them fine folks a call and get signed up. And JJ Lindsay down to Shopper's Guide. If you got some printing needs, I don't care what it is, call JJ. He'll hook you up. Tell him we sent you.
Hey, folks, and if you go on vacation somewhere along the line and you need to catch up with the Remember When with Uncle John show, you can find us. You can find our podcast. You can also find the Morning Shift podcast anywhere you do podcast at, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, Deezer, Podchaser, and GeoSaven. I guess we'll see you tomorrow, John.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.